You can find links to all these tools down in the video description. I'm going to start off with the free options and then I'll move up in price from there. So first and foremost, we have Orb from Video Copilot, which allows you to create globes directly inside of GeoLayers. In fact, you can find a template project called Globe, which already has everything set up, so if you have Orb installed, everything should work just fine. The only caveat is you can't zoom in very far. You need to keep it to a country scale level. But the best part is, it's 100% free. I have an in-depth tutorial on Orb over on my Patreon page if you want to go take a closer look. Next up is Set Path Keyframes. Another great freebie, this one is super helpful. So when you're making maps with GeoLayers, they draw out as shape layers, and many of these have multi-polygons, which basically come in as multiple shape groups inside a single shape layer. Sometimes just finding the specific shape group that you're looking for can be next to impossible. If you'd like to quickly animate all of your paths and simply add keyframes across all of them, you can use this tool. Simply put your playhead where you want it and press Set Path Keyframes. Then you can manually move whatever paths you want and move the playhead and repeat. This is especially useful if you want to create invasion visualizations inside of GeoLayers. This will allow you to very quickly animate front lines of a war. So I actually create a lot of number counter animations when I'm doing time-lapse map animations. This consists of animating the source text via a slider control bar, and what this can actually cause is some wobbling in your font and text layers. You could always just switch to a monospace friendly font, or you can use Monospacer from Plugin Everything. Monospacer allows you to put spacing in between all of the characters of your text and keep it rock solid throughout your animations. It will work on any font, and there's a bunch of customization options so you can get everything to look exactly how you want on each individual character. It really is very helpful. With AE Purger, you can very quickly purge all of your cache. It's as simple as one click. Now this might sound a little bit silly because to purge your cache, you just go up to the edit menu and select purge. But when you really think about it, this is taking 2 to 3 steps, whereas with this panel, it'll just take you one click. So if you're purging your cache a lot, like I am, and you add this up over the course of like a year or something, it's gonna end up being a lot of time that you save by not doing 3 times the click every single time. Icon Library is a clean, time-saving icon toolkit for motion designers who don't want to constantly hunt down SVGs or redraw simple graphics in Adobe After Effects. This extension gives you a searchable panel stocked with a wide collection of vector icons you can drop directly into your comp. Really perfect for creating map animations. Icons will come in as shape layers, so you can customize the stroke, the fill, the color, and all of your animators. Follow the link down in the video description and you can check out all of the specific libraries that are included. I really love this next one. PastePath is incredibly useful, especially in a GeoLayers environment. It allows you to copy and paste mask and paths. So I can copy a mask and then paste it as a path and vice versa. But the really cool thing is that these will stay in the same location when you paste them. I can't tell you the number of times I've tried to copy a mask and paste it somewhere and it ends up in a totally different location due to the number of transformation properties applied or the shape groups that it's in. This will save you a lot of time and headache. One example where this will be really useful is when I use glyphs on text paths. So I will create a text layer, draw out a mask path on it, and then have the text follow the mask path. And sometimes I want to get that on a map and use it in conjunction with shape path animations. So the possibilities here are pretty limitless, whether you're working in a GeoLayers environment or some kind of Adobe Illustrator to After Effects workflow. GeoLayers projects can get really complex really fast and just have a ton of different layers and pre-comps. So with Select Layers Pro, you can really quickly find exactly what you're looking for by filtering and searching these different categories, whether it's label color or layer type. So if you find yourself frequently wrestling with large comps and projects, this is really going to streamline your workflow. So Deep Glow is probably my most used as well as most overused tool. I absolutely love it because it's just kind of a plug and play. Simply drop the Deep Glow effect on elements and oftentimes you won't have to make any adjustments. It just looks so beautiful straight out of the box. And when you compare it to the native glow effect inside of After Effects, there's really no competition. I use it on paths and points and it just makes my maps look so much better. And it even looks really great on infographics, things like bar charts. Last but not least, if you've ever wanted to create 3D terrain inside of GeoLayers, you'll need to pick up one of these 4 plugins. These include Mettle Freeform Pro, Helium, Rawbite Plexus, or Trapcode Mirror. Now all of these tools do slightly different things in addition to the terrain that they can create, and the prices vary, so be sure to follow the links in the video description to have a closer look at all of these. If you enjoyed this piece, be sure to check out my other video on the best effects from app animators. Link is in the video description.